How are y'all doing today? You know, I've gone through life and I've seen 50-year-olds who've been in a church 30 years, 40 years, and they don't know their Bibles. I've seen a lot of people who were saved and fell away. So many people. I know a lot of people can't defend their faith, their beliefs. Talk about a verse today. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 11 through 14. The writer in verse 11 says, I cannot explain to you because you are hard of hearing. Although you should have teachers, you need somebody to explain to you the elementary truths again. Although you should be teachers, you need somebody to explain this. And it says, you need somebody to teach you. Because you're not acquainted with the solid food, but with milk. The solid food is for the mature. By constant use have trained themselves to distinguish good and evil. It says, but you're unskilled, and you don't know the elementary truths of God's Word. Now, when you're a baby, in this dark world, in the woods, where the scary things are, the wolves, the false teachers, the devil, and you're a little baby, dependent on milk, dependent on others, you're in a place that you need others to teach you. You're in a place of codependency. You're vulnerable as a baby. That's why a lot of babies die, because they do not make the transition from milk to meat. Now, how does it say you do that? From being taught to being able to teach, to know the Word of God, to not go past the elementary truths or the basic oracles of God's Word. It says, by constant use, you can train yourself to distinguish good and evil. How do you constantly use the Word of God? Well, what do we do when we want to be nourished physically? We sit down at the table, get our forks, our knives, our spoons, our plates, our silverware, get some napkins, and we eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast means breaking the fast. So we fast through the night, and then we have big old 3 meals a day. And a lot of people overeat. We're in a obese nation, which is fine if you're overweight. I'm not saying that's wrong. But what I'm saying is most people are emaciated inside because they don't eat the Word of God daily. They don't make it their meal. They crack their Bibles on Sunday during the sermon, and we wonder why people are falling away, why people have no conviction, no character, no perseverance, no principle, no passion. Well, when you're starving your soul, why would you have these things? These are the same people who miss Wednesday evening for Bible study and Sunday nights because church, worshiping God, praising God, showing gratitude to God, studying His Word, and with the assembly doesn't seem to matter much. These are the people who end up dying. Oh, 50 years, they can't explain basic facts in the Bible. But it says, through constant use, you can become mature. So, in Hebrews chapter 5, verse 11 to 14, I encourage you, wake up early, go to bed late, skip like your 6 or 8 hour TV show marathon in the evenings, and take 30 minutes a day, just 30 minutes, to slip during one of those time periods, some Bible study. And when you do that, you will change. You'll hunger thirst for righteousness. You will be renewed in your mind, and you will affect and infect and reflect within yourself and change within yourself. The ability to change within others. Make them more. Your grandchildren, your children, your husband, your wife. because you're being changed within through the Word of God, and thus will change those without. You'll help other people get to heaven when you're helping yourself. Now, nothing wrong with spending time with your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your puppy, loving your hobbies, your job, your recreation, your favorite foods, whatever. But shouldn't we love God if we claim to love God? Because He's given us His Son in eternal life. Shouldn't we love Him so much we want to have intimate fellowship with Him, communion with Him with His words, by hearing what He has to say through His Bible? It means we place church a priority so we can be with Him. It means we place Bible study a priority so that we are not infants tossed to and fro by every wind of false teaching, but we're strong and we're grounded and we're mature, strong men and women instead of infants. That's what we should be doing. That's what we need to make a priority. We need to love His words more than anybody or anything in this world. And if we do that, we will make His word a priority. And we will reinforce inside of ourselves things and concepts that will make us powerful beyond measure than this world can ever know. So that when we're in the deep dark woods, the devil has his schemes and his trials and his temptations, we can overcome them. We can overcome instead of being overcome. So I'm talking to you infants, and to you emaciated, and to you weak, and to those people here who don't read their Bibles. Except on Sunday mornings or rare occasions, crack the book open. That is where the strength and the healing and the renewal begins. They'll help you discern right from wrong and be stronger, better, and help those you know get to heaven. That's it. Good night. God bless.